Hello, world. Patricia O'Connor here, and Frida Reba Darcy here. And last night, or night before last, we did some work on my California oak. Tonight, for something really different, we're going to do some work on my California oak. This is a little harvested oak that I got from the property. These are dog treats for Frida. They're a little different than regular dog treats. They're training treats. So it's kind of like getting a dog treat, except when you get one of those, you're in training. These are not training treats. This is plant food. What we're looking at, this little oak. This guy got dug up from by me on the grounds, and it had already taken a couple of hits from the weed eaters, as I recall. So it had a little bit of a trunk and was no bigger than about that. And I dug it up and it stalled, which is to say that I've had this tree a year. This tree a year. And we're going to go in and repot it. I'm going to put it in a smaller pot and free up this pot. Also, I'll take a look at the roots and try to see if I can see what's going on. Oaks can be hard to harvest, can be hard to dig up from, they can be tricky. I've dug up quite a few of these thinking that I would be successful. I've dug them up at the wrong time of year going, they're oaks, they can probably take it. And then they don't. And then I've started paying attention and digging them up at the right time of year, and they don't a lot of times seem to survive that either. So they're funny, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. They can be a little difficult. So I'm having a hard time seeing this guy be anything. It won't bud out or make any more leaves than the couple there that it came here with. But I also noticed at one point I had some weeds growing in here, and when I pulled them up, I was worried about how much roots those weeds had, and whether or not I was, kind of just let stuff invade its space and feed off of it. And I was worried that I might have even messed with its roots when I pulled the weeds. So we're gonna go and have a look. The other side too is this is another nice spot. I don't really need. It could be just hanging out, not doing anything. As it is, this little tree is over potted in it. Like it's been here a year, and its root ball is like that much as this pot. So probably didn't need all of that. The good news is it does seem to have a little bit of root mass down here going. Somewhat. Let's just cut this stuff loose and see what the heck is going on in here. This is a little pot I like a lot. I got this pot from a local vendor, and it's another glazed pot, but I like this little pot a lot. I look forward to freeing it up. I don't have any plans to do it. When I bought this pot, I originally thought that it would be cool to do maybe a little cherry tree raft or something. I could have seen. It's got some really pretty colors to it, so I thought it would have been okay. That looks like I don't see a lot of root development here. A little, not a lot. maybe we can clean this up a little and get something going. It might be also, you know, oaks. I don't. You kind of heard me talk. I don't tend to think of the oaks as shying away from water, and all of our little oaks around here do tend to sprout in places where they will kind of get and stay wet for a long time. So, but it might be that putting this guy in a bigger pot didn't help it to dry out any. So I'm going to put it in the small little blue glaze pot you see next to me after I put some baby oil to that pot and clean it up a little bit. Also get some of this moss off our bark. This little tree does had a good, I thought it had a good trunk, and I felt like it would have, and I felt like it was going to make a good little Mame tree, and I still hope so. I'm going to see if giving it a little. I'm not seeing a lot of root development here though. I'm not seeing much of anything. Well, there's some. Now there's some stuff. I'm afraid to mess with it since I don't see. It's just made a tiny little hard ball. Like I guess those root balls. That's just an oak thing. My my cork bark has that too. If you were down directly at the base of that root ball, it almost is like a mass of rock. I mean, you could probably kind of like what I'm doing now and just pick away at that for a long time and not hardly even break that up a little, even break that up at all. I think there are a good bit of little roots in there. There we go. I'm a little reluctant to go breaking that off. I don't want to tear up anything that's in there and happy. Okay, we'll give it a little bit of that. All right. What else do we have here? I don't think that's helpful. I'm not using the pointed end of this skewer. I'm just kind of using the side of it to rake the bark lightly to get the moss off. Get the moss off, Frida. Something like that, maybe. Something like that, maybe. Okay. We'll give that some thought here in just a second. So now this is going to be the pot I use. And I'm going to clean it up a little with some oil of bambino. Oil of bambino. Oh yeah, that just cleans it right up. Very, very nice. Okay. Oh, where's my screen? Am I not ready? I'm not ready. Okay. Un momento. Oh, also, you had some out of the old pot you could have used. That's okay. That's okay. We'll clean all this stuff up and not have to worry about it. Hardware store screen. If you go to a hardware store, like I work at a hardware store, our hardware store makes screens and blinds for people. So you can also just, get that stuff by the yard then. Or, and that's usually help yourself at the hardware store. No big whoop there. But the other thing you can also do is ask for their scraps or ask to see their scraps, and then you can score some a really good deal on wire that way. Absolutely great deal on wire that way. Which is what I did. I worked there, but anybody could have done that. That wasn't something. That wasn't something I had to use any pull to get. Everything's for sale at the hardware store. Put that a little closer together, Patricia. There you go. All right, so I'm just fixing a little wire in the bottom of this pot because I wasn't that ready. I was pretty ready, but I wasn't that ready. Now, when it comes time to wire this guy in, let's see. Right here it is. Need a couple of different. We're gonna go. Not gonna do anything too fancy or extravagant. Fancy or extravagant. Okay. She is the sweetest. Frida is the sweetest little dog ever in the history of ever. Yeah, you sweetest dog history of ever. So what I will do here is run a little flat piece across the bottom of the pot, and then wrap a wire around it to run through the holes. Providing I find, there it is. I couldn't find the end of this one. I couldn't find the end of this wire. I was stalling while I was looking for the end of it. Right. That's got us there. That's got us there. That's got us there. What I meant to say was, I will be doing something like this. Okay. Okay, fine. And that will be how we affix our little oak tree. Okay. Boom. Boom. Yeah, that's good. It is glued. Oh. No. Good enough. Okay. What do you think, Frida? Put this. Oh my God. I don't see that doing anything. We'll get rid of the extra lumber. And that was a living root. There was life in that root. The last couple of times I potted, if I made a mistake, it was in the tree height. I think the last time I repotted something, I think I remember saying the words, "When will I learn?" I think is what I remembered saying. When? Oh, when? When will I ever learn? Is there a magic angle in here? Is there going to be something that helps us? Maybe. Let's try that. That gives us the most base. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I guess you probably can't see what I'm doing because I'm just too low at this point. But that angle I just am experimenting with, I think, gives us the most visible base here on this little tree. Keep wrapping. A little more. Of course, get out of there. Okay. Yeah. Worthwhile. Okay. I'm trying to make something happen for this little oak. That's not a bad little pot. That's not a bad little angle. And that's not a bad little base. If we could get some more, if we could get some more stuff going out of that guy this year, some stuff going back here, that would be nice. Also, that's kind of like a water stain from with all the rain we've been having. It's sort of a water stain where all the rain we've been having. It's just caused that little pot to hold moisture, more water than this little tree could drink up. So I'm thinking that putting it into this smaller pot may help, but it had been in that one that it was in for about a year. So yeah, it felt good to repot it. It felt good to. It feels better to have it in here and see what becomes of that now. So yeah, that little repot there. Come on, little oak. The leaves look healthy and like they're ready to keep going and like it's ready to make another year. There's still a small amount of root mass, not a whole lot, but just a small amount of fine roots there. They seem to make the same similar little hard mass that I've used to seeing the times that I've repotted my cork bark oak. So that's familiar. You know, that looks familiar enough. This base, this tree would be something if I can get it to push out some more growth. We've got some little buds here started to push out last year, but then didn't. So it'll be nice to see if I can make something happen with this guy. I would like for that. I thought that had a lot of possibilities. Whenever I saw that it was a little oak with the trunk that fat, I thought, well, it's already a ready-made show hen, but it didn't take well to being taken. They most of them that I find do not, and that's been the case here. However, it didn't say die, and we didn't really remove any roots just then. I don't think. I think I didn't like the condition of them. I would have loved to have seen more, but we didn't take anything. We didn't take anything off of it, so. Maybe it'll like this scenario better. We shake things up a little bit and see if we can kind of restrain it a little and see if that some things work better when they're when they're in a smaller container, and some things if you give them room to grow they'll just kind of go nuts and fill that space. I'm gonna go let's go this way with this for a minute and see how this does. So that's pretty much what I got going on there. I've been wanting to do something with this guy for a minute. It feels good to have that in there. I think that was actually, I feel like that was probably a positive move, what we just did there. And also freeing up this pot. This is a really nice pot just to be tangled up in something that looked like it wasn't thriving or wasn't really appreciating the extra space. If I don't think I had a lot of choices. I don't think I had that many choices when I rooted that guy up, when I got that guy. Oh, I didn't have to pull those up. Yeah, I did. Get those over there. So yeah, it'll be nice to clean this guy out and put that in our collection, in our little ready to go bonsai pot collection. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. We're going to do another drop tomorrow, which our Monday drop, Monday. And after that, who knows? I mean, we're just going to keep right on rolling. We've got our pond projects going. We just planted over 150 little pine tree seeds, so I don't know how many we'll get out of that, but it'll be pretty exciting when those guys start popping. I think it's not like the days of old where you pop seeds and then before that same week's out, you start seeing all of them jump. These pines, I believe, we're supposed to give them a few weeks, and so far it's been about 4 days. So it'll be fun to see. It'll be fun to see how that works out and how many pine trees we get. And I hope we have them coming out of our ears. That would be a fun problem. That would be a fun problem to have. Thank you so much for watching.